It could be the saviour of struggling pubs across the Solent. It's been described as a historic piece of legislation which became law in March. But there's a problem. Campaigners say the government isn't serious about the law.
The law won't come into effect until June next year, and the campaign has stalled because under the current government, who have been very reluctant for that law to take effect, we have grave concerns that they are effectively letting it wither and die on the vine and not pushing it or taking it through as seriously as it should be. And with 29 pubs a week shutting, it can't happen fast enough.
The Pubs Code and Adjudicator is part of the Small Business, Enterprise and Employment Act. It will give pub tenants more freedom and make them less reliant on pub companies. Dave explains the benefits.
Well, the legislation, in terms of pounds, shillings and pence, it makes a non-viable business viable, because suddenly you are able to go and buy your beer at prices which, for example, I run a free of type pub. I buy pedigree and I pay about £80 a barrel for pedigree to an enterprise into tenant who doesn't get any discount, and very few of them do. A barrel of pedigree is £125 currently on its list price. So the difference is huge. It means instead of making a margin of 60%, which is very close to what I achieve as a free trader, you're making 44%. So financially, it is massive. Pub companies get a discount of between £200 and £250 a barrel. So any pub out there that is turning over 200 barrels a year only has to multiply that to come up with a figure of £45,000 to know that's how much their pub company is earning out of them before you even add on the rent. And I can guarantee you anybody who's listening to this now won't be earning anything like that sort of money.
So now for the million-dollar question. Why are the Conservatives trying to delay the new law?
Traditionally, the Conservative Party have been very well funded by the brewing industry. Large pub companies were when they actually appeared back in the early 90s, were very, very good at ingratiating themselves into the industry and basically making everybody else reliant on them. So everybody is reliant on them existing, and this law, which is only an option for tenants, means that tenants will more than likely choose to go and take the free of tie option or the market rent only option. That affects these large companies, that affects their income stream quite badly. Potentially they could start to die, go away, but effectively they're property companies, nothing more. The brewing industry is reliant on them for a variety of different reasons, access to market being a very big one. And traditionally a lot of the small family brewers who are very reliant on them are very concerned, and they have been extensively lobbying government to that effect. Government also doesn't want to be responsible for the failure of large businesses.
Portsmouth Conservative councillor Stephen Hastings is in talks with Dave. How does he defend his party?
I don't, frankly. Yes, there has been some stalling, and I think it needs to. My message to the government, my government now, would be: can we please move on with this? It's very important. And as you know, Dale, when I started this, I started it in Portsmouth with a notice of motion to protect Portsmouth pubs. This is a nationwide thing, but I was concerned of Portsmouth pubs, and I started that as a UKIP member. And the mere fact that I now am a Conservative member in Portsmouth, frankly, is neither here nor there. It makes no difference to my thought process and my campaigning to help and protect Portsmouth pubs.
Dave has spoken to pub tenants in the Solent area. He says implementing the law would allow pub tenants to buy their products where they wish and pay rent only. So how confident is Dave that the government will take the law seriously?
We're not very confident at all. And this industry doesn't have that sort of time. It needs to be now. These are businesses, these are people's lives, and there's a vast amount of money that people have invested in these pubs. And once they've been turned into a block of flats, you can't get them back.
Dale McEwan, Solent News Now.